Today marks 60 years since one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history. On August 1st, 1966, a gunman began shooting from the UT Tower in Austin, killing more than a dozen people. Fox 7's Marco Bittnell joining us live from the University of Texas with a look back at a dark day in Austin's history. Marco.
Well, Alec, even 6 decades later, the UT Tower shooting is still a heavy memory here on UT's campus. For over an hour and a half, gunfire would rain down from the tower, with 16 people left dead in one day.
Good evening. One of history's worst mass murders occurred here in Austin today.
A day cemented in Austin's history.
Sirens screamed for the 90 minutes that the gun battle was in progress. It was hot, past 90 degrees on the ground.
August 1st, 1966. That morning, 25-year-old Charles Whitman would kill his wife and mother. The Marine veteran and UT engineering student would then make his way to the UT clock tower. He would bring a footlocker with 7 guns and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. Once reaching the 28th floor, he would kill a university employee, then use a shotgun to shoot a family of tourists. At 11:48 a.m., Whitman would then head to the observation deck and open fire on the campus below.
Maybe 50 carton shells.
For 96 minutes, bullets would rain down from the tower.
The university campus resembled a battlefield. Dead people were lying on the hot sidewalks, and dozens of courageous persons risked death time and time again to try to save them.
No shots came close to me. Just the last one, he was dead. He was dead weight. He was a little hard to pick up.
Law enforcement and even civilians would return fire at Whitman in hopes of pinning him down. A group of APD officers and a deputized citizen would ascend the tower.
And we got to the top of the stairs, and this man had barricaded the staircase with a desk and a chair and a waste can.
After getting past the barricade, they would find Whitman on the observation deck. At 1:24 p.m., his shooting spree would come to an end when he was shot and killed by officers. In total, Whitman had killed 16 people that day, leaving another 31 injured.
Definitely one of our darkest days as a university.
6 decades later, the weight of the shooting still felt by students across campus.
Just what had happened here was obviously a complete tragedy, and it is held with a reverence, I feel.
It's one of the first things you really learn about the school is that this terrible event occurred, and it's so traumatic and bad you can't forget it.
Although a dark chapter in its history, the university's spirit still remains strong.
I don't let it overshadow the good work that UT does and what that tower really represents. It's a day of reflection, a day of mourning, and just making sure it never happens again, because it can't. Today, APD also remembered Officer Billy Speed. He was one of the 16 people killed in that shooting. He was eating lunch in a nearby cafe when those shots sounded out. When he went to investigate, he was shot from the tower by Whitman. Alec.
Marco, thank you. Also, Whitman's motive behind the shooting, has that ever been determined?
Even all these years later, the exact motive still has not had a cemented answer. It was discovered that after Whitman died, he had a malignant tumor in his brain, but that was never decided if that was the exact reason for his violent behavior. Alec.
Marco, thank you.